iOS 14.3 just became available a few weeks ago. I finally downloaded it and I've been meaning to check out the new feature that allows us to scrutinize the amount of information social media networks are able to garner from our usage of their apps on our mobile phones. This is a really important feature that up until now was not available on any device that I'm aware of. Apple are really big in terms of security and privacy, and I think by delivering this feature, they're really doing a great service to their user base in giving us that extra level of control, or at least transparency over the data that we're sharing. Now, you've probably heard the term that if you're not paying for a service, that you are in fact a product. So we already know that to some extent, if we agree to sign up to a social media platform, that we're going to be giving away a certain amount of our data in exchange for that free service. Now, I wasn't quite aware just how much data they had access to. I would have thought it would have just been information on the posts that you like and share, maybe the accounts that you follow, and some location data. I also know they scrape the websites that you visit and get some of that data to find out your purchasing habits and serve up advertisements. So really, what can be the harm in that? It seems like a relatively benign exchange for us getting access to these amazing free services. In return, they're able to sell our data to their advertisers and we receive targeted ads. But it goes much further than you would imagine. If you look at the terms and conditions that you're agreeing to, if you look at the actual data that you've agreed to hand over, just by using the app, it actually goes well beyond that information. They're able to get access to the contacts in your contacts list, including your friends and family's phone numbers and emails, possibly even their address. They can get the text information that you share and even get access to audio data on your phone. So that means they could be listening to conversations you have in real life or even phone calls that you make. So that's an incredible amount of information that most of us, I'm sure, are not willing to share so easily with these social media networks. This extends across Facebook, Instagram, and apps like TikTok, and I'm sure other applications as well. So what can you do to protect your data and to have less of a prying eye into what you're doing on a daily basis? There's a number of things you can do. First of all, tap on the settings icon, then privacy, and then on the location services icon at the top. You can turn off location services for all apps or scroll down to set the privileges on an app by app basis. You can select from never to ask next time or only while using the app. Next is tracking, and this is the new feature that everyone's talking about that gives you a little bit more control over targeted advertising. If you turn this feature off, it prevents apps like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok from tracking your activity across other company apps and websites. This one could have a devastating impact to Facebook's business model and the customers who rely on targeted advertising to sell their products through Facebook marketing. And as a result, Facebook took out a full page ad in the New York Times, the Washington Post, and Wall Street Journal under the premise that they were standing up for small businesses who will be impacted by this privacy update. So use this one with consideration whether you are really going to be impacted by being served up targeted ads or whether you take particular offense to that type of business model. Next, tap on contacts and turn off tracking for all apps. And depending on how paranoid you've become, you can also consider turning off the microphone on an app by app basis and the camera as well. Obviously, if you do this, you'll be impacted in the way that you share content on social media. So when you do need to share a post, you can go back into settings, tap on privacy and turn them back on a need by need basis. So there's just a number of things you can do in order to minimize the amount of exposure of your sensitive information to these large corporations. Hopefully you found this information useful. If you did, feel free to hit me up with a like and consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you're notified as soon as new videos are available. See you on the next one. Bye for now.